Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So I am super excited. Today we are going to take the PurXRawBeautyKristi and Pure palette. We're going to work with the colorful side and do 4 different looks using just the colorful side of the palette. I'm going to apologize now if I am out of focus at all in this. I'm trying to figure out how to best set up my camera so that I stay in focus. I'm working on getting a monitor or figuring out how I can connect something to it that I can use as a monitor. So right now I have no clue if I'm in focus throughout the whole thing. And I also want to apologize if the editing is terrible. I'm very new to editing film. This will be the longest thing that I've ever edited because, you know, 4 different looks, popping on and off camera several times. So if things look a little weird or choppy, I'm really sorry. Just hang in there with me. I promise things will get better. So yeah, I don't want to ramble on too much more. I do want to say I'm sure this will never happen, but Kristi, if you ever happen to stumble upon this video, I definitely would not be sitting here doing this on camera if it wasn't for you. Some of the things that you've said in your videos has given me the strength to let go of my insecurities and share my love of makeup with anybody that might want to watch it. So yeah, without you, this wouldn't be possible. That's why these are my first videos, because as soon as you release this, I knew it was just fate, and these had to be my first videos, and that's what pushed me to finally get them done and get some videos up and start my YouTube journey. So I love you so much. Thank you. And let's get into the looks. Hello. So we are going to do look number 1. So for today, I think what I'm gonna do is, like, I'm gonna go in with Garden State, and then I'm going to blend that out with Lumos. And then I'm going to go in on my outer corner with Hurtful to kind of deepen that up a little bit. I really, really love the look that Kristi did for the campaign images, like that blue winged out situation that she did. But with my eye shape, doing that is just not going to work. So this is kind of my take on that. So I'm assuming for that one she just used Hurtful and Lumos, but I want to throw Garden State in there and then just deepen it up. So that's what I'm going to go for. So I'm going to go in with my Eddie Funkhauser brush, the domed blending brush. I got this in an Ipsy bag. Love it. It is so, so good for crease work. And I noticed in my last video that I couldn't make it a shorter video because I talked too much and there wasn't like any space where I could just speed up where I was blending. So yeah, I'm gonna try not to talk so much while I'm blending so that I can kind of move the video along a little bit. So I'm just gonna take this right into my crease. I mean, these shadows really do just blend themselves. They really do. They're crazy good. I blew it out a little bit to get it as high up as I want it. And now I just want to define my crease a little bit more. So I just tapped back into it and I'm just going like deep into my crease with this. Alright, really like the way this is looking. You really have to be careful and tap so lightly into these, because I mean they really do have a ton of kick up, but kick up in a palette does not bother me at all. I know some people really don't like that though. As long as you tap your brush off, you should be fine with these shadows and not have any fallout if you do your base makeup first. I always do my eyes first though. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Lumos on my Ulta. I'm not even sure. This doesn't have like a number on it or anything. This is from the Marvel collection that they did. I love this brush so much. And I'm just going to go right where that green stops. Okay, I'm going to go back in with the previous brush because I feel like I lost just a little bit of green right here, which always happens to me. I don't know why, but this spot right here, I just always seem to lose the color. I think I have like a weird scar there or something. Okay, oh, I love that. Now I'm gonna go into Hurtful, the blue, and I'm gonna use, again, there's no number on this. This is from a Lorella brush set that I had gotten in one of their mystery bags. I really like the Lorella brushes. Whew. And I'm just gonna put this like right in the outer corner of my lid. Okay, now that it's placed basically where I want it, I'm gonna blend into the crease a little bit. Okay, so my camera stopped recording on me. I had just picked up a blending brush to blend the blue into the green. This is just another Lorella brush. Whatever was on it has rubbed off, so I don't know which one. So I'm just going to take that brush and just make sure that the blue and the green go together nice and seamlessly. Okay, I just have a couple of places I don't think there's enough pigment. I think I have a spot like right in my crease where the primer just didn't stick right. Because it's being a little weird. Just in that one spot. I still like the way the eye looks though. Okay, I think I'm good with that part. I think I'm just gonna take a little bit of my NYX glitter primer. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on my finger. And then just tap it on my lid. And then with that same finger, just wiped it off a little bit. I'm gonna go into Cafe Disco really gently. Now you could, if you wanted to, take the blue the whole way across the lid and then tap that over top of the blue, or even put the Garden State, the green one, on your lid and tap it over top of that. But I wanted to see what it looked like just by itself, because in my first impression I only used it as an inner corner highlight. I used Lumos on my lid, so I wanted to see what this looked like by itself on my lid, and it's gorgeous. So just take the brush that you would use for the blue and just make sure that you've got a nice seamless transition between that matte blue and the shimmer. And then I'm going to pick a little bit of it up on the clean blending brush that I had. And I just want to kind of blow this out a little bit so it doesn't look like a cut crease. But with hooded eyes, got to make sure that you've got it above your crease, or people really don't get to see it unless you have your eyes closed. Okay, I think I'm good with how this looks. So I am going to do my foundation and all of my powders and everything, do the other eye, and then I will come back, we'll finish up the lower lash line, and then we can see the completed look. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I did put some mascara on because I had to run to the store before I did my base, because I hate going to the store with a mask on after I've done foundation and all that. So I just tossed some mascara on real quick, ran to the store. So to finish up the lower lash line, I'm just going to take the same brush that I used for Hurtful, and I'm just going to go right on the outer part of my lower lash line. So I'm going to bring it in like halfway. And then I'm going to go with the same brush that I used for Garden State. And just pick a little bit of that up. And I'm going to start on the inner corner because that's where I want the majority of the pigment to be. Alright, and I think, where's the brush that I did the white? I think I'm just going to tap really freaking lightly into that white. And I just want to kind of pat it on the edge before I blend it, so that I don't get too much pigment in like any one spot. Alright, now I'm going to take, this brush is actually from a Rimmel palette. All the Rimmel palettes come with these little brushes. It just has this little brush on the end and then one of these like sponge tip applicators. These brushes, I never throw them away because they are really, really good to get right into your inner corner. I love them for that, so I always keep those. I freaking love this color so much. I can't wait to use it as a topper, because I imagine as a topper it's gonna like look different with every shadow that you put it on top of, because I mean it really does look, it has like a pink tint to it in the pan, but it's got like blue reflex in it and green and purple, and so it's really gonna look different over every different color, I think. I can't wait. Okay, so on my upper lash line, I used the Maybelline Snapscara in blue. It's Deja Blue. So I'm just going to do a little bit of that on my lower lashes. Oh, and I totally almost forgot. I'm going to pop a little bit of this NYX Epic Wear in Turquoise Storm, I think it is. Yeah. My waterline. Okay, so this is the completed look. I used the Milani Conceal and Perfect for my foundation and concealer. I used some of the ColourPop No Filter powder in soft pink to set all of that. I used the Maybelline City Bronzer, the Mora Cosmetics Berry Fruity Duo for my blush, and the Wet n Wild Blush Lighter in Highlight Bling for highlight. And my lips are Mora Cosmetics Lush Matte Cream. I think that's what they're called. And yeah, this is it. So I love this look. I think it is great. I cannot wait to play with these other colors. I've got some cool stuff in mind. So let's move on to look number 2. Okay, look number 2. So I've watched all 3 of Kristi's video. I watched her like revealing the collection, the one where she did like the get ready with me and talked about the photo shoot and all of that, and then the tutorial that she did. And I've watched a whole bunch of other people's reviews, and a couple of people have seemed to have been having issues with the purple. I only used the purple in my first impression. I hadn't been planning on doing the purple today, but because of those reviews, I want to use the purple to see if I have any problems with it. I do want to mess around with other eye primers and see if it works across the board on all the different eye primers that I have. But for everything that I've done so far, I've been using the stick foundation, and that has worked perfectly for me. So to see how this purple works, I want to stick with that, and then I'm probably going to change and do something else for the next look for primer. So I'm just going to tap this out, make sure don't have any creasing going on, because I always do. Okay, and I think I'm going to start off, I'm going to use another one of my Lorella brushes. It's rubbed off. I think I'm going to start off with the pink. And it seems like all the problems that everyone has had has been using the purple like in their outer corner. So that's what I really want to do. I want to use it to like deepen the pink up and see if I have any issues with it being patchy in the outer corner. So I'm just going to lay this pink down in my crease and then start blending it in. I mean, it looks amazing. I don't know, people have said that they've had issues with fallout. I haven't had that problem. I've seen issues with pigmentation, and I haven't had that problem. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna go with my ColourPop E2 and just a little bit of Lumos. I mean, it's beautiful. I can't, you know, if I had problems with this palette, as much as it would pain me to say, I would. I'm not, you know, I'm not here to lie and say that something's good if it's not, you know. I mean, I'm here to do honest reviews on things, and if I have a problem, I'm gonna say it, and it's perfect. I just don't understand how anybody is having any issues with this whatsoever. Like I said, I'm gonna try other bases and see if maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's the base that people are using. I don't know. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with that purple. I'm gonna use my Eddie Funkhauser domed blending. And I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that purple and make sure that I tap it off. And I'm just gonna put it right in my outer corner. Okay, now I'm just going to start blending it right into my crease. I'm going to go back to the brush that I used with the pink. Now I am noticing there's this one spot right here, right in the middle of my crease. And it does look a little bit patchy there, but no matter what shadow I use, no matter what base I use, I always seem to get patchiness there. I don't know why. And I mean, it does seem a little bit dark, like right here, because that's where I initially laid it down. But, I mean, I don't have a single drop of fallout like other people were saying they had problems with. And, you know, I mean, I may have just gone in with too much product at the very beginning to have that dark spot right there. You know, but that's user error, not the shadow's fault. Let's see if I can make that look a little better. And purple is hard. Like, purple is a really hard color to get the formula right. Especially if you're going vegan. Like, it's really hard to get a good purple in a vegan formula. So, I mean, I'm okay with how it looks. Is it the best purple that I own? No, it definitely isn't. But, like I said, purple is hard, and, you know, it's not like Kristi was the one coming up with these formulas. They gave her formulas, and she chose the best one. That's much better. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. I think Yeah, I think I'm going to use my Mora Cosmetics loose pigment. This is the shade Carry On. And it's like a nice green. Go in with my Morphe Jeffree Star JS11 because it's a nice wide flat brush. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that. And just go right in on the lid. Alright, so I'm good with that. It could go a little bit higher, but okay, so now I'm just going to kind of fade it into the purple, because purple and green don't like each other too much. So I don't want to try to blend it too much. Okay, so I'm going to recreate this on the other eye, finish my face, and then I will be right back and we will do the lower lash line and finish the look. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. So I just used some Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid, ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder. I used the Maybelline City Bronzer. I used the Mora Berry Flirty Duo. I just used the pink side, not the purple. I used the Balm Willpower in in Worth the Wait, which is this pretty pinky color. It's actually labeled and marketed as a blush, but it's super, super reflective, so I like to use it as a highlighter. And then just some Wet n Wild liquid catsuit for my lips. So let's see, I think I'm gonna use this is the BHV9, I believe this says. It just looks like this. And I love this for the lower lash line. It's just perfect. You can get right up against your lashes with it. And I'm just going to take the purple. So since I like all of the depth on the outer edge of my eye, I pretty much only ever take the darkest color in like that far. And then I'm going to go with that Rimmel brush again, with a little bit of pink. And then I'm just going to take that ColourPop brush that we used for the white before. And I'm just going to make sure that this pink isn't like super harsh. Alright, I'm going to go off camera, do some liner in my waterline and mascara, and I will be back to complete the look. Okay, so this is the completed look. I just threw some LA Girl Shockwave liner. This is Pop in my waterline. I used the L'Oreal Voluminous on my upper lash line and the L'Oreal Telescopic on my lower lash line. And I did take that shimmer shade and wrap it around my inner corner there. But that is it. So let's move on to look number 3. Hey, what's up? So look number 3. So I think what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm gonna do a halo eye, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do the red on my lid on either side, and then blend it out with the orange going up. Maybe I'll blend the orange out with some of the white, and then I'm actually gonna use the yellow for the halo part. I am trying a different primer this time. I'm trying the e.l.f. Oh god, what is this called? Like the lid lock primer or something like that. It's like $3, and I actually really like this primer with most formulas, so we will see how it works out with that. I'm gonna go in with this little Lorella kind of pencil brush to do the halo part. Not the halo part, but the outside of the halo. So I'm just gonna pack this into both my outer and inner corners. Okay. Let me see, what do I want to use here? I'll go with this Ulta one that I used yesterday or the day before, whenever. And I just want to kind of blend this out with a clean brush, just a little bit, before I go in with the orange. Not sure how I'm liking it with this primer, because it really seems to be grabbing the shadow like a lot. Which, I mean, is certainly good for the pigmentation, but not so good for blending. Okay, well, we're gonna roll with that. Okay, moving on to the orange. I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild P15. I'm gonna dip into Am I Orange? And I'm just gonna lay that down like right on top of where the edge of the red is. I don't know that I like this primer with this formula at all. I mean, it's blending, but like, oh, you really can't see the orange that much. And it is just taking a ridiculous amount of work. Well, this is a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I think I'm gonna try just dipping into the yellow once. And maybe that'll give me a little bit more of that orange look. That I was going for. Oh wow, this is kind of disappointing. This is not how I expected this to go. Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave it like this. It's not exactly how I wanted it to look, but it's good enough. Okay, for the halo part, I think I'm gonna go with this Luxie 209 large shader brush. And I'm just going to go into the yellow. I mean, it looks fine on my lid, but I can't... I'm having problems getting it to show up the way I want it to, like above my crease. This is the Profusion small pointed eyeshadow brush, and the Profusion brushes are really good too. So you can't see it with my eyes open. And I mean, it is above my hood. It's blending in with the red and the orange, and you can't. Well, maybe this wasn't a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna live with this. I'm going to attempt to recreate this on the other eye, do my base makeup, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. So I just threw some of this L'Oreal Visible Lift on. I'm almost done with this bottle, and I'm trying to finish it off. So I just threw some of that on. The Maybelline City Bronzer again. I just got this recently. I really, really love it. This Pacifica little blush and highlight duo that I got in an Ipsy bag. And I threw this Mayel Clearly Brilliant Tinted Lip in Nectar on my lips. Well, let's see. So, didn't have any better time with this eye, so I definitely do not like this base at all. No good. I'm just going to take another one of those tiny little pencil brushes from BH Cosmetics and go into the red. And then I'm going to take that trusty Rimmel brush and my orange. We're going to dip into a little bit of that yellow then. Okay, so then I think I'm just going to hit up Cafe Disco. I'm just going to kind of pop that right in the inner corner. And of course bring it down onto the lower lash line a little. God, I love this shimmer so much. Oh my God. And it just looks so different based on what you're putting it on top of. Oh my God, I love it. Like, it's got this pink vibe to it now because of the red. Ooh, I love it so much. Like, so much. This shimmer is definitely the star of the show. I mean, without a doubt. Okay, I'm going to pop on a liner and some mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, this is the finished look. I just used the LA Girl Shockwave in, I believe this is Screamin'. Yep, Screamin'. And I did the L'Oreal Voluminous and the L'Oreal Telescopic. And this is it. I don't mind how it turned out so much, but it really isn't what I had in mind. And it did not work well on this base at all. So I will be trying something different tomorrow. Alright, so let's get into look number 4. Hello, look number 4. So today I'm thinking I want to do the blue Hurtful and the yellow Dandelion, and I'm just gonna go like deep into my crease with Hurtful, blend it out with Dandelion, and then I'll have this cool like blue, green, yellow gradient going on, I hope. I'm also trying out the Milani eye primer today. We'll see how that works out, because the last primer didn't work out real well, so we'll see how this does. I hope. I'm really worried about editing this, because obviously this is going to be the longest thing that I've had to edit, and there's a lot of clips from, you know, changing from like doing the eye look to coming back and finishing the lower lash line. So, and I'm also worried that I haven't been in focus for any of these. I really need to get a monitor, and I promise I will. So if anything is out of focus, I'm so sorry. Just please bear with me. And if the editing is terrible too, I'm really sorry. So I'm gonna go in with this. This is a Farah. It's a blender brush 25EL. I just got it in an Ipsy bag. And I'm just gonna tap that off. And I'm gonna just go right on the outer corner. Okay. This is a Wet n Wild. This is from the Bretman Rock collection. It does not seem to have a name or a number on it. It's just like a pointed crease brush. I'm just going to pick up just a very little bit of that, just so that I have some pigment on the brush. And then I'm just going to slowly work this into my crease. Okay, so I actually really like the way that this Milani primer is working with this, because I mean, it's holding the pigment where I lay it down, but it's blending it out beautifully. I love the Milani eye primer. I had actually been using the foundation stick because I like it a lot, but actually for whatever reason I was having a weird reaction with the Milani eye primer, and when I would put it on it was burning my eyes, so I kind of backed off of it for a little while and decided today to give it a try and see how it worked with this. Didn't burn. This is working great, so that's awesome. I do have some other primers that I want to try with this formula just to see how they are, so that you can get an idea of what would be best to use. So yeah, we'll do that when we do the neutral side. Okay, so I'm going to pick up some of that dandelion. This is that Ulta Marble brush. I think it's like I think they call it like a tapered crease brush or something. I really like this brush a lot though. And I'm just gonna put that right over top of the very edge of the blue, because I want the blue and the yellow to mix together, obviously. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back with whatever's left over on this brush with the blue and just kind of go over where those two colors meet just a little bit more to try to make it a little bit more green. Right, I think I'm good. With how this is looking, so I think I want to move on to the lid. Okay, so I think what I want to do for the lid is I'm just going to go back into that Jesus Christ, go back into that yellow and put that on the lid, so then we'll have it go from blue to green to yellow on the lid then too, and we'll have that nice color fade there also. So I'm using one of those Rimmel brushes again, because I want to pack this on, but I also want to be able to blend it in at the same time. Okay, and then, where's my color switch? I'm gonna go into Cafe Disco, and I'm basically gonna put that on top of all of the yellow. Alright, so I don't know that this came out exactly how I had envisioned it in my head, but I do like it. So I think I'm going to hop off camera, finish up the other eye, do my base makeup, and then I will be back and we can finish up the lower lash line. Okay, so let's finish this up. I just threw on some L'Oreal Visible Lift. I'm trying to empty this. I actually have two foundations that are very close to being empty that I'm trying to get rid of. Okay, so let's see that. I used this little e.l.f. cream contour. I used ColourPop Growth Flirt. And for my highlight, I decided to try this Mora Lucent Cream Shadow. These things are freaking amazing. They're kind of like a Super Shock shadow. Like they're real creamy and buttery. That's what that one looks like. And I just use that as my highlight. Oh, I put my lippy away. I just have a NYX Slip Tease on, and then I put this e.l.f. gloss on top of it. And I think that is it. One thing that I do want to throw at you guys, Sam Ravindal has talked about this e.l.f. 105 brush for a very long time. I finally decided to pick it up. I cashed in my e.l.f. points and got this. This is the greatest cream brush on the planet. She's totally right. Just had to let you guys know that. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna take, let's see, this is the Profusion Flat Precise Eyeshadow. It's just a tiny little flat brush. And I'm gonna go into a little bit of Hurtful. Then I think I'm gonna take this BH Cosmetics. This is the number 10 brush from the Lavender Luxe set. It's just like a little, it's not a pencil brush. It's like a precise pointed crease, maybe. I don't know what they call it. And I'm gonna go into Dandelion. Oh, let's see, what else do we have here? Do this other Profusion, the small pointed eyeshadow with the yellow. Okay, let's see, let me clean off this flat brush here, and then we'll pick up a little bit of Cafe Disco. Ooh, that made that nice and intense. Yes. Ooh, okay. And then we'll just do that right on the very inner corner too. That way it's nice and intense in the inner corner like that, but then it kind of fades. I love having a super intense inner corner. Alright, I'm going to hop off, throw a liner and some mascara on, and I will be right back. Okay, so this is the completed look. I did a little bit of the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner in my waterline and some Maybelline Snapscara in Deja Blue. And yeah, I don't know, when I was first doing it, I wasn't feeling this look, but I actually really, really like it. And I gotta say, Robert Welsh had said that putting like a blue gloss or a green gloss on top of a lip color like really transforms it. And he was totally right. I freaking love this. It looks so cute. Really glad I picked this up. Okay, so that's it. I'm probably gonna I'll do at least 3 looks with the neutral side of the palette. I'm not real great with neutrals because I always started out in color. That's kind of how my makeup journey started, was with colorful eyeshadow. So I will do at least 3, maybe I'll throw a 4th one in there, and then like I said, I'm also going to do a video where I use both sides of the palette, and I'll probably just do like 2 for that. So please, if you enjoyed this and you would like to see more, hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I will have my information linked in the description box down below. Thanks for hanging out and watching this with me, and watching this with me. Wow. Thanks for hanging out and watching this, and I will catch you in the next one. All right, bye.